Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network. Hey, welcome to our live show here with one of our hottest of the hot cappers, Mr. Bo Dunn. We will bring him in here shortly after we do our small commercial on the OG Cappers website. All right, you guys. Hey, if you are having any troubles right now in Major League Baseball, I know the place for you. We also have some I don't know, playoffs going on, right? We have some hot pickers over here at the site. So make sure you get there here over the weekend. You can go ahead and pick up your favorite your favorite capper, unsolicited here over the next 3 days. So make sure you go ahead and pick that up. But let's have a look to see who is hot. You can see right now, there's lots of folks. Latifa and Dave. I see Bo. Bo is our baseball savant. Bo knows everything about baseball, you guys. So make sure you go ahead and pick up one of his pick packages here today. You can also see guys like Ben and who else? Hollywood Sam, Ruben. They're just getting it done. And of course, there's Mindy and Tiffany and the OG Cappers VIP account. So you have your choice of all of these hot cappers here over the weekend. But we know someone that knows baseball. His name is Bo. How are you, Bo? What's
Hey,
going
what's going?
on?
Hey, what's going
Anything
on?
good?
I'm doing. Hey, look, that leaderboard it's just so many people that's like going 4-0. It's hard to make the top of the list. You know what I'm saying?
It really is,
Yeah,
right?
I
Like
mean
you could
everybody.
be 3-0, but the person with 4-0, comes up on the top five. Like it's almost not even fair to have five. We should almost have the whole list of, all of the 20 hot cappers there.
Yeah, I mean everybody is doing great. So it's just amazing.
It is. It is. So that's good that we have everyone locked on early in the season to Major League Baseball. And thanks again for doing your breakdown on all of these game versus games. Make sure you see Bo's video series. It's out there. You can always go to one of our playlists for the month of May, and you can find all of them there in order. Done by Bo. So it's real easy to go ahead and find. So a lot of times, if you just want the whole slate, you can go ahead and check it out. Or it's real easy to find just Bo's category there in the playlist for today, and then just go ahead and pick out those particular games. A lot of times you can also just do the search engine game versus game, and boom, there it is. We also have CJ out there doing a couple videos today. So a little bit of everything that you can handle, right, Bo?
Yeah, it really kind of like you say, give you that consensus. You can see what I like, you can see what
Yeah.
and kind of bring up, a solid play for you, man. So it's out there. Go check it out, man. Hit that like and subscribe.
Exactly. All right. But Bo is going to give us his three favorite free picks. If you want his best of the best, you know where to go, ogcappers.com. But right now, we're going to start off with the Orioles versus the Reds. It's Irvin. I thought Irvin was going to pitch yesterday, but it was Bradish. And then we got 105er Hunter Green on the mound. I saw a couple folks there. You had a guy for the Cubs hitting about 102 yesterday. Even, some folks out there like Gilbert hitting 101 the other day. So a lot of guys throwing heat here early in the season, fresh arms. But today, Irvin sitting at a 3.49 ERA, Hunter Green 3.63. Orioles here, though, our favorites on the road, minus 115, over under is 9. How about this one, Bo? What you got?
I mean, give me the Orioles, man. They're coming
All
off that
right.
to come off that nice series win against the Yankees, so that put them in the top of their division. Cincinnati just been struggling at the plate. You know what I'm saying? They do have some fast runners, but you got to get on base first. And so I'm looking at their record as an underdog. They're 6-11, but their overall record is 16-15. So that let me know they beating the beatables, but when it comes to teams like Baltimore, they struggling. Also, when it comes to this pitching rotation for Baltimore, they just been on fire. And ERA is under 3 for the whole rotation and bullpen lineup is just hitting better. So I'm gonna take them at a small favorite on the road in this game.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to Mr. De La Cruz? I mean, last year all he did is hit homers. I haven't heard his name on the highlights very much.
Yeah, they struggling a little bit right now. They're right up on the 500 at home. Like I say, they just I think in the last 7 or so games they have a batting average of 199. It don't
Ooh,
matter if it's against lefties or righties. They struggling.
Yeah, well, I would say a 199 is a bit of a struggle, that's for sure. Next up here is going to be Seattle versus Houston. I think this is pretty good one actually. I'm excited for it. We got Kirby on the mound sitting at minus 115, and then you have Blanco on the other side for Houston. Over under is 8.
All right, Blanco in his last 3 starts, he's allowed 6 runs. So that no is kind of a distant pass that he gets to run. So, but this guy on the other side, man, he's been great. He's not allowed to run in his last 2 starts. This Seattle rotation is pitching pretty good, and if for some reason they love playing Houston in Minute Maid Park. Last
Yeah.
time they played there, they're 8-2. So he's Houston is just they struggling this year. They had a rough series against Cleveland in the last outing. I like the way the Mariners have been playing, but they don't won the last 5 out of 7. So we're getting great value. The last 3 times he pitched against Houston, they only have a batting average against him of 162. So, and that bullpen for Houston is ERA is over 5. So give me Seattle. I think they get this win in this first game of the series.
Yeah, I mean, and they're the ones that are leading bullpen wise. 1.60 is Seattle. Kirby, luckily, he's a guy that gets run support from Seattle. I am unsure why Gilbert suffers so much without getting any run support. I don't know if it's just his day in the rotation. Maybe the Mariners are a little bit tired, but Kirby is a guy that gets run support. And I always think it's worrisome too, right? If you're Houston and you're like, well, we got to send Abreu to the minors.
Yeah,
For him only hitting not even 100. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, that's like, not being able to hit 1 out of 10 tries. I mean, can't we bunt or do something?
yeah. Like I say, if these guys kind of go back when you're in a slump like that, I will kind of do things like that, bunt and
Yeah,
just try to get just try.
manufacture it, right?
Yeah, just put the bat on the ball. That'll just kind of give you some confidence. But these guys just lost that skill, man. They always trying to hit it out the park or hit some doubles, man. Just put the ball in play, and just see what happens.
Yeah, so Bo, I was surprised on your list that you did not have, the Mindy versus Bo grudge match of the Rangers and the Royals on your list. Instead, we are getting the Padres versus the Diamondbacks. You got Dylan Cease here on the mound versus Mr. Slade. What an awesome name for a pitcher. But minus 110 for the Padres here on the road. Over under is 9.
Yeah, the Padres have one of them lineups that struggle at home, but on the road, they're one of the top run producing teams. So I think they're in a good spot. Catching Arizona has been struggling too. Kind of surprised with them. They batting under 200 in their last 5 games. So I think that Dylan Cease looking pretty good. He got an ERA under 3. That whip is sitting at 0.89. So I think we're in a good spot, man, for Padres to get this win. So I'm gonna take them on that money line.
Yeah, it is interesting that, the Diamondbacks did this last year. Because, when I sort all my stats, guess who comes up first? Oh, Arizona. And so you can watch them throughout the season, how their numbers really fluctuate. And that's what happened last season. They were really high, meaning bad in Major League Baseball when it comes to slugging, batting average, and such. But then as they've gone throughout the year, they went from like, say, 26 to down to 7. And so
Mm.
they really, I think, need to start going in the right direction. They have been struggling. And even I think they've been struggling a little bit here with the bullpen as of late. And that's kind of surprising, here too,
Yeah.
if you ask me. But I don't know. This Arizona team, they're pretty decent after a loss. And what is it with the Padres that they can't do anything in front of their home crowd?
I don't know. Maybe they feel the pressure. I don't know. You
That could
know what I'm
be.
saying?
That could be.
Yeah. When you at home, your crowd is expecting to come and see you do well. So maybe that little pressure get to them when you're on the road, not so much. They play a little loose. That's
Yeah.
probably.
Well, I think it's funny because, I was watching something with Cashman was on, right? Not Cashman. Who's the guy that owns the Red Sox?
Mm,
What's his name? I can't
yeah,
remember.
right now.
But you guys know who I'm talking about. The owner of the Red Sox. He was always talking about like they were talking about him and they had Kansas City on for whatever reason, right? But they're like, yeah, Kansas City at home, you get bases loaded situation, that sort of thing. and you get a strikeout, and you get the KC guys that are still cheering. But they're like in Boston, everyone's booing everyone all the time. I don't know. Is it like that in that Padres stadium? Are they always giving the boo birds out to the team out there?
Well, I've listened to a lot of their games. They don't. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
I guess it's just the way that stadium is structured. You know, it's hard to hit runs there. So
Sure.
a lot of those games just be lower scoring. I just don't think that the way the ballpark is set up, and we know in those areas that marine layer also causing balls not to really fly out. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the reason.
Yeah,
Because
it's the same thing, right, with that Giants ballpark, right? You get a little bit of
right.
damp weather at night, and no one can do anything there, except for Barry Bonds, I guess. But
Oh,
that's just the way it is. I mean, that's why I always take into consideration the venue, right? I take a look at that ballpark impact because I think that's really important. So I don't know. It's going to be a good day. I'm excited. There's lots of games here this evening, the full slate, all 15 of them. So, Bo, what do you got for us over there at ogcappers.com?
yeah, I'm locked and loaded, man. My
All
best
right.
play is gonna be in the NBA and that Orlando game and versus Cleveland. So you can check that out. I also got a 3-pack already up and ready to cash. And I've been posing to do that. Been to do that MLB betting tip video. That's actually one of the things I'm gonna put in the top 10. Yeah, you got to know these venues. You know what I'm saying? That really affects scoring,
Sure.
so it's very important to know how these venues play. So we gonna have that coming up. I'm gonna definitely put that together so we can put that on
Nice.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was surprising so far because I do look at the ballpark venues, and this year the Guardians are actually having more action than Coors Field, and that just doesn't happen very much where you're getting more action. So yeah, I was even trying to look it up to see what the difference was. Is it because they moved the outfield walls? I couldn't find anything about that Guardians ballpark other than they got different seats in the stands. But I do think it's interesting, and that plays a big factor with what's going on in these ballparks too.
Yeah, a prime example is Texas, our stadium. We used
Yeah,
to have we're in a new stadium now, it's a dome. So it used to be where when it's hot, the ball used to fly everywhere, but now it's different. It
yeah,
don't
because you have the dome that's keeping it like a regular field, right?
right. So so it's not an automatic to just take the Texas Rangers game over like we used to do in the past. Especially in the summertime, it used to be automatic. But now it's different. So you just gotta always stay on top of that stuff. The little small things like that, it really affect your bottom line when it comes to your profits.
Yeah, I think Wrigley's a different or a prime example of that too, because right now they have like a negative ballpark rating, even when it's windy, and it's because of the cold air right now
Right.
with that temperature. And that's something that you don't think about because you always think, oh, it's a windy day in Wrigley. This has got to be an over game. Well, no, not necessarily. Like if it's in July and it's windy, sure, but it is sitting here in April in a windy day and nothing happens at Wrigley. So I do think that that's important, to put that in, your overall thought process in coming up with the games. And that's why, Bo, we have you on here as one of our experts. We appreciate all of your hard work. All right, you guys. Hey, that is all we have for today. Me and Bo, we will be back on Monday, but you can catch us over the weekend with our pre-recorded videos. You guys take care and have a great day. We'll see ya.
All right, peace, everybody.